This is President Obama. President Obama asked for a full investigation in 2008 about my kidnapping in Illinois. I was never got a trial. N62528. It's all about the war on drugs, the violence that you're experiencing in your communities today. You go to the state prosecutor's office and get my case filed. All right? We talking about voter suppression. Ex-felons got a right to vote. Ex-felons got a right to vote. That's Dwayne G. Davis, P.O. Box. Just like the Khalif Browder story, I did a story about the prison industry in Maryland and Illinois. And it's all documented. You go to Mayor Jack Young, Mayor Brandon Scott, we talk about the criminalization of poverty. Right here, Congressman Cummings, corruption, all right? Whistleblowers Act. That's the Department of Justice, U.S. Constitution, all right? Therefore, we shall have, all right? All this is documented. And they signed for that. I made them sign for that. Dwayne G. Davis received, all right? And I had a meeting with Congressman Cummings. Everything that Congressman Cummings got, y'all got to turn over to the public. Y'all got to turn over to the public. Because that's Congressman Cummings. And that's Governor Schaefer. We talking about Baltimore rewired, the money behind the machine. That's subject to grand jury investigation because I was kidnapped in 2011. That's Ivan Bates. That's Jared Jimenez from the Board of Elections. Office of the Attorney General's Office. The ACLU. Meredith Curtis from the ACLU. Will Carter. Mary Washington. Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle. And it's right here. Ivan Bates. We're going to take an oath on January the 3rd, 2023. You took that oath. And that's Xavier Conway. Here's the material I told you about in 2022 election cycle. Voter suppression by Governor Larry Hogan, protected by the Department of Justice. This material exposes the corruption in the courts, selling black Baltimore into slavery. Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court instructed me what to do. All right? I need access to the grand jury, a direct appeal to the Supreme Court. All right? These are movies I was making. And that's misrepresentation of a felony. All right? And it says right here, whoever has knowledge of the actual commission of a felony cognizable by a court of law in the United States conceals and does not as soon as possible make known to the same judge or other persons in the civil or military authority under the United States shall be fined under this title and or imprisoned no less than 3 years or both. You see that? That's the Xavier Conway. And this is 2011. I was supposed to be down in Annapolis in 2011, testifying in Annapolis about your crime bill. That's Natasha from the Public Defender's Office. That's Ivan Bates, States Attorney. That's Judge Carrion. And that's the Department of Justice. Like I said, Baltimore rewired, the money behind the machine. Congressman Cummings got that. If you go to Senator Antonio Hayes, he got this book. This was for Black History Month. I gave you Dred Scott. Y'all talk about Dred Scott. Y'all talk about Harriet Tubman. Y'all talk about Frederick Douglass. Well, I'm showing you that slavery still exists. Shorty, pull your mask up? No. These are criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger that y'all won't press. So do blacks have rights in which white America respects? That's Brown Anthony, 2014. That's Delegate Jill P. Carter. And that's January 2nd, 2011. I gave y'all this during Black History Month. It's an interstate compact. The money y'all getting ready to make off of black bodies. That's evidence in the city solicitor. That's Gov.O'Malley. All right? And like I said, this was filed in 2012. All right? Dwayne G. Davis versus the state of Maryland. Gov.O'Malley. Right there. Signed 2010. before I got locked up. Signature. Y'all locked me up because I was making a movie about Gov.O'Malley and this mom machine. This is my third letter. Get Shorty. You got that. That's Anthony Brown. And that's Anthony Brown. That's Anthony Brown. And y'all got a DVD that belongs to me. Respectfully submitted. Alright? This is the Maryland Black Caucus. And these are the members of the Maryland Black Caucus. This is 2009. Like I said, I was kidnapped from my home, and none of these individuals opened their mouth. You see that? That's GOP. That's Senator Kathleen Pugh. Brave boy. You see all these individuals? And look where they are now. Brave boy is a state's attorney. You feel me? Brave boy is a state's attorney now. And we talking about stop and frisk and zero tolerance. We talking about the criminalization of poverty. You got black people selling black people into slavery. See the names on there? These are your elected black officials. The Maryland Black Caucus. Frank Conway. GOP Carter. Nathaniel Oates. See this? State of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. I gave y'all this. These is legitimate papers I filed. The state of Maryland against Governor O'Malley. Commissioner Dave. Alright? Y'all kidnapped me. Exhibit A. Police Commissioner Frederick Belfield. Exhibit 2. Police Commissioner Belfield. Alright? Baltimore courts. So GOP Carter, Antonio Hayes, the Maryland Black Delegation. Let's talk about Baltimore and the money y'all making off black bodies. Shorty, pull your mask up. No, that's misrepresentation of a felony. And that's mail fraud and identity theft. From 2008 to the present date. Everything that I've been doing is through the United States Postal Service. So you got to turn that information over. You got to turn that information over. Judge Carrion got that information. And Eric Barron got it. We're talking about black history in 2023. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Antonio Hayes has a meeting tomorrow. The 45th District or the 40th District. Ivan Bates is going to be there. I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be fighting for my freedom. We're going to talk about the 2023 session, your crime bill, slavery in the 21st century. That's Ivan Bates. Tell him to produce that mail. That's the United States Postal Office.